Welcome back to another episode of the Butcher's Bible Podcast. I'm your host, Ant.
And I'm Luke.
We're two blokes preaching the good word of the meat industry.
One episode at a time.
Oh, mate, I am so fired up for this episode. We have a very special guest with us, and tonight's guest is James Shaw. Welcome to the podcast.
Nice. Good to have you on, man. No problems.
That's all.
We know who you are. If you want to plug and promote and tell the people all about yourself.
So I'm James. I'm the head butcher for Johnny Farrell at Butcher Farrells Meat Emporium. Yeah.
Legend.
Very cool. Very cool. How is it? How is the Emporium?
We're busy. Easter weekend was good to us. Well, it was good. Not many orders in, but then everyone just expecting to have like 1 million ton of lamb legs kicking around out the back, as you do.
Yeah.
We got through I think we went through 15 lambs this year, whole lambs. Got a couple of shoulders left, but yeah, it's not a bad effort for a small shop.
Yeah, real
well,
good.
there's other stuff. We got through 2 buttocks of beef. We got through a fair bit of gas.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been busy. And then bank holiday Monday, the infamous. Have you got any bigger legs of lamb left? No, it's been Easter weekend. What do you expect? Well, yeah, it has, hasn't it? Yes, it has been Easter weekend.
So jammy. And they try just chancing it, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Just expecting you to have something lay around, which you don't have. Yeah, it's good. We're busy, so keeping us out of mischief. It's good.
Nice. Did you have much time off over the weekend?
I managed to get Easter Saturday off. So it's in Good Friday off Saturday and Sunday, Monday, and then I'm in for until Thursday this week. So.
Sunday. Hope you got time and a half.
Yeah. I hope Johnny's listening then.
Yes.
Old man Farrell's fucking on the other end, like, fuck you, James.
Yeah, we backdated, don't worry.
We're on like a 3-week rota, so you do like Monday to Friday 1 week, have the weekend off, have the Monday, Tuesday off, come back, do Wednesday to Sunday, and do Tuesday to Saturday. So it's quite fair. Like, you get like a whole weekend every month off, a Sunday every month off. So it's quite nice, to be honest.
That's nice. You can plan around and do things with family and whatever else. That's a really good rotation.
Yeah, so it's nice. And then then you get like 4 days off every 3 weeks as well. So you get like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. So you said you can always go for a few days away or something, and you don't have to use all your holidays up just for a little few days away or something. So it's quite good.
It's
nice. Yeah.
Maybe I should implement that. Although it's just me and one other person. And a lot of it wouldn't work.
But when I started, when it was just me and Johnny, like one of us would do Tuesday to Saturday, one would do Wednesday to Sunday, we'd just rotate that round. And then like when we took Sam on, then we started doing the 3 weeks rolling. And then when we took Georgina and Johnny started restauranting and doing other bits and bobs, she filled his space. So it's nice. It works nicely.
I feel like it's been a good progression for you guys there. It's all been it started, I say small, but just one, 2 of you, and it's just building quite organically.
Yeah. So I've been, 2.5 years? 2.5 years now, almost, yeah. And, yeah, it's grown, even just like how quick we're going through stuff as well. Busier. Like a body of beef was taking us, say, a month to get through a whole body. We're going through probably 2 a month now.
Nice.
And, everything's picking up, which is good. It's just...
We're trying to keep up with it.
Yeah, like that's the problem, especially we're doing 10 restaurants on the books these days we're looking after and stuff, so that brings, as you two know, brings its own set of headaches and problems and especially because I don't deal well with chefs anymore because I was one for 12 years, so I know all the tricks in the book when they complain about nothing, which is great fun.
I was going to ask.
That was the question.
I see texts come through like, listen, what are you complaining about? Like, they were the only butchers I've ever known that'll send French trim racks into a restaurant.
Right.
Besides me.
Like, well, yeah, but like if I ordered racks of lamb, you were lucky to get a rack of lamb, let alone it French trim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we do so much for restaurant compared to what I used to buy in. Like, because I used to work with little butchers as well. Like, we used to work with family-run butchers. I'd have my orders in for bank holiday like the week before, so they knew and they get stuff ready. Like some of these guys, like they'd run out on bank holiday, and then can we get some more just out of nowhere? Like, yeah, we could try and make it happen, but
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
We know you know it's bad quality. We knew it was coming round. Shit out.
True. Yeah. So how did you get involved with Johnny Farrell?
Well, I'd done 12 years in kitchens. Got to the point I'd burnt out, like, to be totally honest. The last place I ran was a place down in Anglesey, and support and management were great, but like we were just that busy that it was just bedlam. It was just non-stop. So I woke up one morning and I was just like, shit, there's got to be more to life than this. You know, like, all I'd ever known was like 9 a.m. starts, midnight finishes pretty much for 12 years. And like, I'd sort of had enough of it. I'd always been like, I'd moved out when I was 18. I'd always been like at least 2, 3, 4 hours away from home. As much as I love my family, like, I just went and did my own thing. And I decided to move closer to home again. My mum lives in Buxton, so like I was deciding to move closer to her, my sister. I had a job lined up in a kitchen, and I was like, sounds great, 4 on, 3 off, like this would be perfect. Bit more time for me. Got like the first few weeks of rotas through, it was like 6 on, 1 off. I was like, this wasn't quite there.
Nice.
So I decided against that, and then literally by pure chance that I was flicking through Instagram and Johnny had an advert out for staff, like literally by pure chance that I stumbled across it. I was like, yeah, why not? Throw my hat in the ring for it. I'd done a bit of butchery in restaurants and hotels. Like, we'd always brought in primals and broke them down. But never fully. Like, we did as best we could with limited knowledge in restaurants. And then he brought me in for a trial day. It was like, break a box of chickens down. And like, chickens, one thing I knew, we broke them down with fun in restaurants, you know. Got through and it was like, are you done already? I was like, yeah, there's only 8 chickens, mate. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like weekly, like daily, like, and then took me on. And he just went from there. Like, so yeah, it was a pure chance that I saw he was looking for staff.
Brilliant.
You stumbled across some fucking gem. That's all we can say.
Yeah, like literally, like out of nowhere, just. Well, it seems to have paid off, you know. Like, I fit in well with Johnny. Like, we got on straight away, which was handy. And then he showed me the rest, and then I still cut things different to how he showed me now, just because I found ways that I find easier, but you get to the same end result with the same amount of little waste. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. I know I'll probably upset some proper diehard butchers. Do you know what I mean? That'll upset the old guard, something chronic, but.
Right, I was going to say the old school, yeah, but the new school is certainly like any which way you can do it. Either you get efficient at one, or just learn them all. That's what I try and do.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, like, Johnny showed me ways of doing. I still do some, and then there's just other things I find easy that he doesn't do. And he looks at me like I've got 3 heads. Like, what the hell are you doing? But it works for me. So little waste, and you get a finished product that looks good. It's like, well, it does.
Yeah.
As I say with Sam, like Sam the other day, watching him like take a shoulder apart to do a boneless shoulder of lamb. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you just making life hard work for yourself. He was like seaming out under the neck fillet, like he was beef apart. I'm like, mate, you're just making life hard work for yourself. Like, what do you mean? Showed him how I do it. It was like, just do it like that from now on. I was like, well, you told me this months ago. I'd have showed you months ago, but I had never noticed because you put your shoulder next to mine once it's rolled and boned and rolled, and it looks the same. So I never actually knew. But yeah, I know, as I said, the old school lot will probably be calling me names and turning in the grave, but you know, it is what it is.
But now we did an episode on
yeah, I listened to that. It was quite interesting, actually. Like, yeah, because big respect for DC, big respect for Dave Corbett. Do you know what I mean? I got a mild telling off of Dave Corbett the other day for getting something called. I mean, I've always known kind of a stuffed saddle as a cannon of lamb. It's what we've always called it in restaurants. Is what I've always known it as. But that allowed him, Mr. Corbett, put me back in my place. So, you know.
All right, I'm going to say it right now, Dave. Fuck you. We do what we want.
But to be fair, like, with it though, like, place just because he's so diehard, that's what it is. But I never respect that though, because like you get so many now calling things but aren't things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like flat iron steaks, like come from all over the body. Got all called into some people.
Yeah.
If you jackhard it and score it a little bit, it's suddenly a flat iron steak, but it's not. You know?
Yeah.
I'll probably get some hate for that as well. But
No, this is what it's about, mate. Honestly, like,
yeah.
but like the barbecue world mixed in with like the chef and the butchery world, it's just like people finding like names and unique like things so that it sells or pushes it. But it's like when it comes down to like us in the front row as the butchers, when they're like, "Oh, can I get like a serotonin steak or whatever?" You're like, "What the fuck is that?" They're like, "Oh, it's a steak that makes you happy," and you're like, "Every steak makes me happy." Yeah, that's every steak, and they're like, "Oh no, it's called like a ribeye, but I want the one with the cap." And you're like, "Okay, so yeah, no, all right, yeah." They just like, and they show you a photo, and it's a real shit photo, and you're like,
been talking a potato and you can't.
What are you, took this on a Nokia? You fucking idiot.
Yeah, it is annoying. Like, we get it all the time. Like, something you give me, them, well, that's not what I got down the road. I'm like, well, that's what it should be. Just because that's not what you got. Like, I can't really help you. Then you go through and you're like, yeah, you're talking about something completely different. Or they come in with like the American name for something like that. Like that, and coming in and asking how to cook something in Fahrenheit. I have no idea.
You're like,
Fahrenheit's not a temperature. You want to cook a roast, you turn your oven to 180, you put it in, you take it out when it's cooked. It's as simple as that. Like, no messing. Turn it on, cook it in, take it out.
Nice.
That got me through 12 years of cooking. It's not going to do me wrong now.
Did you used to do the finger test and like on the steak as well? So you like give it a good old baste, and then you're like, oh yeah, that's.
I won't even lie. Like, guest steaks when I've like finished working, I'd be like, it'll be medium rare by now. I'm a self-taught chef. I didn't go to college, so like I fell into chefing by pure chance. I was doing my A levels, successfully. So like I sat next to my maths A level class, broke his leg. So I'm like, well, if your boss needs a hand, then you're like, wash dishes for a month in the restaurant, a little family-run Spanish place. They're like, do you want to learn how to cook? I'm like, well, anything's got to be better than washing dishes every day. So I literally learned to cook by just doing. Got pretty decent at it without blowing my own trumpet. Ran some decent places. I worked in Newcastle for like 9 years. Ran some pretty good places up there. Like the head chef of them, I was like, but even people would ask me, how long did that take to cook? Like, I don't know.
Till it was done.
The grill for a minute. That's the thing. It's like, it's so hard, especially because by teaching myself, like I know what the temperature should be, but I don't know. I just fillet that needs to like an inch thick fillet that needs to go to medium rare. Probably talking 5 minutes. Seal it off. 5 minutes in the oven. Probably about right.
Yeah, I said that's experience. Same in butchery, isn't it? A lot of it just comes with the doing. You know, you can learn it on paper, and it's just that.
When people come in and ask you, well, how do I cook this? I'm like, and then
do you want it Fahrenheit?
And even though I did it for 12 years, day in, day out, and that's all I did, I'm still sat there going, so what would I do if I was cooking this? Pan and put in the oven, I think. Try that. That should work. Yeah, miss fun. Like,
what would you say?
I don't miss those days. I don't miss it.
I was going to say, like, you say you don't miss it, but what did you enjoy?
None of it.
If anything, or is it just
I enjoy
cooking. Right.
Cooking, and I enjoy the creative side of it. Like running a kitchen. It's just like you've got a ragtag bunch of people generally who have all fell in. Like, I don't know anyone who set out to be a chef per se. Do you know what I mean? We all sort of like a bit like butchery. You fall into it. Like you could be as good as like I never really worked with anyone who wanted to do it as a job when they were growing up. So the running of it and the management side was just a pain in the arse. Because then, of course, everyone's second, third, fourth granddad died, and they need a day off for this, they need a day off for that, and it just became a nightmare. But like the creative side and the cooking side, I really enjoyed. Like writing a menu and doing that side of it was like was the fun part.
How much free reign did you get within working in those areas? Like being the head, you could be like, all right, we can just create a new spree menu.
Yeah, pretty much. When the last place would change the menu every season, so we changed it every 3 months. And it was carte blanche. I had this stuff. We always had to have burgers on. I always had to have fish and chips on everywhere, just because they'd be up raw if you took it up.
Yeah.
But the rest of it was do what you want.
It's a British staple, isn't it? Pie and mash, fucking fish and chips, and then maybe the odds random vegetarian meal.
Yeah. The last place I worked in Newcastle, that was a fish restaurant, but we bought direct off the market, so the menu could change like 3 times a day. Like we literally just rolled through what I bought that morning and what we managed to prep in time, and we just changed up the menu to what we had, which that was really cool. That was basically a nightmare, but pretty cool. Like we bought direct in straight off the boat and then just went from there, which was fun.
Edgier seat sort of stuff. I think I quite like that actually.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Like, but that was like the last job in Newcastle before COVID brought me home because everything went to shit.
How'd you go during being furloughed in COVID then?
I didn't, to be fair, because I had to give up my flat and move home. I'd spoke to the boss and said, listen, like, I've had to move home. I've had to give up my flat. I'm probably not coming back, in all honesty. So I just took, like, what pay I had outstanding and then bummed around at my mum's for a few months before things opened up and I moved to Anglesey, to be honest. Found a job down there. It was supposed to just be for the summer, and then 2 years later, I was still there running the place. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So you didn't even get furloughed or any time off like the rest of us?
I had a couple of months off just bumming around at my mum's.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What do you mean like the rest of us? I didn't.
I worked fucking like 90 hours a week.
You mean talking? We are us three part of key workers. We were, I think, actually.
Well, James even more now because he's like, he's a butcher converted to the light side now. You know.
Yeah.
It's a lot more. I find butchery more enjoyable. Like it's, I don't know. It's fun. Like where we are, we get to have fun with it. We mess around with all sorts.
Yeah, the sausage flavors that you're coming out with are just insane. They're like,
please run through with us.
Yeah, the flavor combinations. I'm just like, I could get there, but
we ran sausages today. What did we do today? We did traditional thick and thin, pork thick and thin, like normal. Sri Lankan curry. We did that in lamb, so like a lamb Sri Lankan curry flavor.
Did you do coconut milk with that, or did you leave it out?
No, just dry spice mix on that. Mix that through. After we took chicken chasseur and put that into chicken sausage. So you're talking like red wine, shallots, mushrooms, bacon, tarragon.
Wow. Maybe you are talking to a chef.
Yeah.
Right?
Basically, and I need to know.
It started out. I was stood there. I was like, we had a few chicken legs. I was like, what can we do with these? I was like, I was going to do like good old pub classic Hunter's chicken.
Yeah,
like that flavour works. I've got everything for that. I've got no cheese. I was like, well, Hunter's chicken is traditionally chicken chasseur without the cheese, so we'll just do that instead. They turned out pretty good. Green chorizo might make an appearance this weekend as well if the herbs turn up in time tomorrow.
Well, run us through that. What goes in the green chorizo?
I mean, what we put in, I don't know if it's traditional. We go a lot heavy on the coriander, heavy on the parsley, garlic.
Yes.
Course. Course. Like you do a course mix once or twice through.
We blend. We mix twice. Plates, so they're still fairly coarse anyway. Yeah. Even with twice minced on them. So coriander, parsley, I'll chuck some garlic in there, some chili through there. I've got a load of spinach coming in, so they actually go really green. Like if you're doing it, you may as well do it proper.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that, but I was just like, we're lucky that we'll come and try them. Like if we put something daft in the counter, people will just go, I'll try 3 of them.
Nice.
Just for fun. So we just sit there and go, well, what's a bit weird and wonderful? As long as the flavors go together, it's like, well, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. You did a Thai green curry as well?
Thai green we did, yeah. So we did that with pork.
Awesome.
Yeah. We marinated that coconut milk and Thai green paste 3 days first. More Thai green paste through that. I actually made a big boo-boo with this sausage, but it turned out to be a good boo-boo.
Yeah.
I weighed everything out, put everything in through there, the rough skin, everything else. We put some fresh lime through there and everything. And I'd weighed out like the salt and like the sodium metabolite sulfate we used and the pepper that was going to put in. I weighed it all out, put it on the side, put everything through the mincer, automatically minced it twice, felt in, looked really nice, mixed straight in the sausage stuffer, pushed them through skins and I stood there, turned around and I'm like, shit, what's that tray of seasoning for? And then it hit me that I hadn't actually seasoned the sausages. Like, fuck. Luckiest gamble in the world because they came out tasting perfect anyway. So I think if I had seasoned them, they'd have been overly salty out of nowhere. So it was a very lucky. But you know, when you turn around, you have that sinking feeling of going, I've just ran like a 15 kilo batch of sausage there.
Yeah.
They're all linked. They're all in the fridge. And then you turn around and go, fuck, there's seasoning. But yeah, they were cool. We put vermicelli through them as well, which was pretty cool.
Nice. Good touch.
It does look like worms, but you know, it tastes good.
So that was a happy accident. That was good.
Yeah, it was a happy accident. Like Bob Ross was there, he'd have been happy accident.
Is that right there?
That's our secret.
No.
Yeah. I mean, then we'll do when strawberry season rolls around. We'll do strawberry and black pepper again this year. I think.
Oh mate, I want to try some of them so bad.
Look, I'm just asking for a friend. Do you deliver?
Yeah, we will. We will. I'll send some down. Pretty cool. Because it's local. I mean, you have to ask Boss Man for that.
I have 8 times and he still hasn't sent any back on.
There's got to be a trade somewhere then, isn't there?
Yeah, right.
We've got stuff of Vance, that's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's got coolers, stickers, and fucking hats.
Send some sauce in down. The strawberry and black pepper are cool because we put red strawberries and green strawberries through them.
Oh, nice.
So we'll make a puree out of the normal strawberries, and the green we'll just dice them and mix them through by hand. So you get like a little bit of sourness from them, which is quite cool. And this is from like just a local strawberry farm as well. They're really good.
Awesome.
So.
And most of the vegetables and everything you get as well from the local farms, or
yeah. So like the farm shop itself, they mainly do cabbage and potatoes on the farm. That's what their staple crop is. But then they buy up other locals, so all the veg we use in the shop and stuff bought through the farm shop, so it's all fairly local.
Do you get like a discount on that, or is it just each for their own?
We just pay market rate on it. To be fair, like it is what it is. Like they're not making much anyway, so.
Well, that's true as well.
I'd rather put money in their pocket than put it in like a big multinational veg supplier. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather help them out. Well, yeah, when we did cold cannon sausage for St. Patrick's Day this year. We used a lot of their cabbage through that. Some early cabbage and stuff, which is cool.
I thought you were going to say like beef and Guinness sausages or something.
Well, the thing is, everyone does Guinness sausage for Paddy's Day, don't they? But they just like they don't look great in the counter. Like a sausage of that colour in the counter, the rest of the day,
they look grim.
Yeah. These Maroni black bangers just sitting there, and then they get like the dry crust over the top, and then you flip them over, and then they've got like the red streak with the black streak, and you're like, fuck. What's the point? What's the point?
Yeah. We were going to, we did cold cannon, using some Savoy cabbage off the farm, the potatoes off the farm, our own bacon, so that was pretty cool. So that was pretty cool.
I'm going to ask you about your own bacon as well. Like,
we're not nitrate free. We keep meaning to. We have one customer who asks for it and we'll cure his on request. But use like cure mix plus salt and sugar and other stuff. It just it works for us. Like, I won't lie. It works. We have messed around with doing nitrate free and all the rest of it, and it just didn't work well for us. Like we just couldn't get it to a point we couldn't get to a point where we're happy with it. So I'd rather use something that's there that you know is going to be 100% when you take it off cure and it's going to taste good than run the risk of, say, doing a big batch of stuff and it being not good when you take it off yours. So,
well, that's what I found really difficult at my shop as well, because usually you're eliminating the nitrates and the bacon's not bright pink or that light pink or whatever. It's almost like a dark purple. And people are like, "Oh, that bacon," and then you're like, "No, it's nitrate free. Like, do trust me." And then people are like, I'll take 3 slices, and I'm like, "Trust me, if you're gonna cook with it, a little bit of butter or an oil." And people are like, "Oh, I've never seen purple bacon," or like, it's a real dark red. And then they're like, "All right," and then they'll come back and they're like, "That was amazing. Yeah, I need more."
Yeah, well, that's the problem we had when we did it a few times. Like, it just wouldn't shift because of that. So
I'm so stubborn at it. I just stood at it and was like, "Look, trust me, if this is not the best bacon you've tried, I will fucking eat my hat." And then people, and then like I started giving samples at one stage as well, just because people were. And then I know I lost money on it, but in the long run, people were taking the gammons, and those gammons like are different as well. And like they were just like, "Yeah, you need to do this." But then if there's people outside of that realm who weren't used to it, they're like, "That's weird. Like, that's not the way it should be." And it's just like, who says it shouldn't be? Like, this is butchery, and this is butchery on like a whole other level. Like whatever you're used to seeing in supermarkets and that, they're not trendsetters. They're not they're not the pinnacle how butchery should be. They are not people who you should be admiring. Those are people you should be avoiding. Yeah. You know, and then
we say that as well. Like, you know, we're the same. Like, we have people coming in and like, "Oh, you know," you always stop customers buying stuff sometimes because they're like just buying too much. Like, you don't need to eat meat every single meal of every single day. But if the stuff you are eating better quality, it's higher welfare stuff, your animals are raised, then enjoy it. You don't need to just, people like, chicken's the worst, I think. I think like chicken's just become this meat that should just be given away for free almost, you know.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Someone, like, because everyone just thinks that chicken should just be this excessively cheap meat that then when you come and actually have to buy like a decent free-range chicken or a decent bird, that it costs you a bit more. They're like, "How much? You know, I only want a chicken." I'm like, "Yeah, well,
it's 15 quid.
Yeah.
And they want that £3 chicken from fucking Tesco's.
And I mean, it's what it is. It's all shit for cost, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But it's that's the one thing that chicken just winds me up, to be honest. Like, it just.
Hey, Anne.
Yes, Lee.
Spring's coming, and our friends over at Was a Sauce Hut are having an exclusive offer for all your cooking needs. When you use code BB15, that's BB15, and get 15% off all purchases.
From gift cards to family and single pack sauces, they range from Luke's favourite apple bourbon sauce to Ant's mango, all the way through to their award-winning Crack and Fury rum-infused hot sauce. Woo! Yeah. Start stacking your shelves and get ready for summer, and most importantly, save yourself some money with the code BB15. Now, let's get back to the podcast.
Chicken, turkey, I don't know, for some reason everyone is paying. Like, they just think that you should be able to get a £15 turkey at Christmas for pennies, and a chicken should just be almost given to you. You shouldn't have to pay decent money for it. And I don't know why, it's the only thing that really bugs me.
Yeah.
But one thing that really bugs me about the industry, and just about people's shopping habits as well. Like, they just think they think chickens have like 16 breasts to a bird, but won't touch a leg, or won't touch a thigh.
It's the worst bit as well. What's going on?
It's just, I think it's just because it's a safe option for people. They know what it is, they know what they're doing with it, they grew up eating it. It's just, well, I'll just have that because that's what we've always had. I'm making a curry, well, use a leg because it tastes better. Oh no, we always use breast.
Have you found as well, like, people not, like, I found here in the UK that people eating chicken on the bone, it's a no-no. Like, it's really hard to try and sell chicken legs on the bone or thighs and everything. Like, have you found that way?
Thighs were all right. Thighs, like, on the bone or off the bone, sell all right.
Okay.
Drumsticks, we like drumsticks. I mean, like,
you can't get rid of them.
So, well, some weeks they'll fly out. You'll just look out, and just people just have every drumstick in the counter. Some weeks you literally just sat on them and sat on them and sat on them. until we eat them for staff lunch. And then you go, that was a take.
Or they go on the sausages.
Yeah. Or I go, don't wait to that point and just go balls to it. They could just go in sausages, but yeah.
Yeah. Or you say to Sam and your apprentices, like, here's like 15 kilos of drummies. Fucking go at it, kids.
Go wild. Yeah. We just chuck them on for lunch. But like, yeah, chicken on the bone. Like chicken wings, like, but I can never, like, personally, I like them, but I can just never be arsed eating them just because they're a pain in the arse. Like, I'm just lazy like that. Like, as much as if they're put in front of me and I'll eat them, I enjoy them, I love them, but it's like, I'd never do them at home, so I just can't be bothered. Like,
well, if you were to eat the chicken wing, would you have a flat or the drummy?
No, you just the whole bit. If you're doing it, you're just eating it all. You know?
Yeah, eat the whole baby. Yeah, double.
No one's cutting chicken wings in half to cook them. Like, it's just daft.
We put a poll up. We put a poll up, and the flats won, and we were like, "Fuck yeah!"
A lot of people do because they are easy to eat, aren't they? But like,
we got double.
You're doing it,
haven't you?
Yeah, yeah, but they pull off the bone.
Well, I don't pull out, so
fair enough.
Yeah, we've got to that point already. If
we're doing good.
With your drummers, did you try and upsell them somehow with, a rub or a spice or a marinade on them? Or
sometimes we do. We'll French trip them and make them like lollipops, and then sometimes flavor them or give them a rub. But again, even then, sometimes they'll sell some. Buffalo always sells in the summer because people barbecue them. Like, yeah. But other than that, try something else, and people just look at you like, nah, not having that.
Yeah, and then what the fuck you can do with marinated drumstick lollipops?
Exactly.
Eating yourself.
Yeah.
At least make something you like. That's what it is.
But then you get bored of him after 3 days of having them for staff. Like, for fuck's sake, not again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're about the only things we struggle with. Everything else, pretty much. Well, I mean, chicken breasts, you could, like everyone, you could have an infinite supply and still run out. Because everyone just wants chicken breast.
I get that.
But yeah.
You get some quality gear through, though.
Oh, yeah.
At the moment, with all the beef that you're getting through, you try to, like, do different breeds, different...
Yeah. Sort of so we work on
specialty cuts.
This farmer based out in Malham, Frank at Leagate Farm. Good lad, great lad. Bought my dog off him as well. He's a quality dog.
What dog you get?
Border Collie. He was actually sat looking at me like, why are you talking on your phone and not paying me attention?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Why aren't you throwing a ball?
Yeah. So Frank, he just runs a mixed herd of heritage breed cattle. So we get a bit of all sorts. Well, I've got 2 bodies due back in tomorrow, actually. I've got a UTM Irish Molly coming in. Nice. And an OTM Island, I think it is, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, coverage on that.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. We got a few bits off Macduff, unfortunately, before Macduff went no longer with us, which is unfortunate. We're just finishing up the very last of what we got off them. I just broke into the Murray Greys roasting this week, and that's nice. But yeah, I mean, like, we only do native breed, any continentals. So we'll only do native, we'll only do grass-fed, higher welfare stuff, like, because it does make a difference and people can tell. And especially, like, we're probably like the upper end of price range for the north, you know what I mean? So you can't then be putting that price tag on something that's a bit ropey.
Right.
So, but then, like, we'll bring in a mix of UTM bodies and OTM bodies as well. Like, we bring in, probably for every 2 UTMs, we'll probably bring an OTM in, just for something a bit different. Something for us to work through differently. And also, like, we found people like it as well. Like, if you explain and you could tell them the backstory and where it's from and all the rest of it, they're quite cool with it. There is a local farm with pedigree Herefords. He's got a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old that are almost ready for going. Right. So
that 10-year-old's gonna have some fucking flavor.
She's huge as well. Me and Johnny nipped up to the farm to see it, like to see his farm and see, because he only runs about 20 head of cattle now. He just does it to sort of keep himself busy, but they're really nice. And that 10-year-old is like sitting at like just over a ton in weight live, so that's going to be a big bugger. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
So yes, shoot some pictures across to that. The colour on that is going to be awesome.
So
Also, I did
He
try to
said
sell my fridge to Johnny, which was like 10 meters, 10 meters as well.
That's big as the shop, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Use it in my fridge.
10 meter by 10 meter fridge. I don't think I have that in the whole floor space of the shop. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the fridge is on the move though. Like, the walk-in is on the move.
Yeah.
We have a little extension put out the back, so that means that because it is in the shop at the minute, we have the container out the back that like bodies and all. Most of the aging gets done in before it's moved through. Well, the shop's walk-ins like in the shop, so that's going into the new extension. And it means we can get another counter in, move the multi-deck, which means we can make more stuff, sell more stuff.
You're very blessed in that that aspect where the barn will let you do extensions, and then like what's good for for you in that way. It's that you're very blessed.
Yeah, that's what they said. Like we did fall lucky with it. So the fridge actually gets installed next week, I think. Which is pretty cool. Yeah, and then get another counter, another half-size counter in, and then move the multi-deck. It'll just give us a bit more space to do a bit more again. Because that's the problem. Like, we're finding at the minute, because we're staying on top of stuff, like, we could have more stuff out, but we just don't have the counter space to do it. So then there's no point making something for just to sit in the walk-in, because it's not selling itself in the walk-in, is it? So, it's a bit of a shame.
You don't have people coming in going, do you have any more out the back?
No, it's on Amlex.
More than once. Like, oh yeah, sorry, I forgot about the ones I had hidden in the back that I wasn't going to sell you. You know,
that was for my dinner.
God, how dare you?
Now I've got chicken drummies
again.
Honey, we're in chicken drummies again.
But yeah, I mean, so that'd be cool. That's exciting. Yeah, beef wise, some cool stuff coming through. Lambs, we just stick with one farmer. We changed farm probably about a year ago now.
Yeah.
Just the Suffolk, purebred Suffolks.
What are they doing different than the last farm?
So to be fair, the lambs we were buying, we're just buying the guy who runs the local abattoir has a flock of sheep and a few bits and bobs. So like they were nice, but these are just John, who we get them off now. Just he knows exactly how much cover we like on them. He just knows what we want from a lamb. Yeah. He doesn't do them too young, so normally we just bring them to us hogget age, which is quite nice as well. So they actually have a bit more about him. But everyone, he knows how we like them. He knows how big we like them, how much cover, and they're consistent every week. Like, and we get to see him every Wednesday when he drops off, and he's always done something or been up to something or maimed or injured himself somehow, or which is always good fun to hear. Yeah, I mean, so that's cool. And then pigs, like there's a local free range place we just started using. They're doing some nice stuff. They're going to get into the rare breed game as well, they said, so that'd be quite cool. Nice. To get into the rare breed game.
What kind of rare breeds?
They were talking about doing middle whites and maybe some Oxford Sandy Blacks, but
they're Sandy Blacks.
Yeah. So there's a local guy we were using for Sandy and Blacks. We sort of keep up with how much we were doing, I think, but it's nice. They were nice pigs. They were always good. So yeah, that'd be pretty cool. And then the rest of it, bring game through a local game supplier during the season, which we're just coming out of really. Yeah. The last few venisons have been a bit lean, so we'll probably knock venison on the head. He's got a license to shoot year round because there's so many kicking around with us.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, over here in Dorset, like venison, like in the shop of mine, it was just like maybe every week I could probably count 4 or 5, 6 people coming in. It's like, oh, do you want venison? Yeah, and it's just like, well, no, like I'm pretty inundated with venison because my local game suppliers hit me up like, do you want more venison? Do you want roe? Do you want fucking seeker? Do you want this and that? And I'm like, I can't take any more. And plus, it's also coming towards the end of the season, and they're like,
they get a bit lean and a bit
chewy. That's the best way to describe it.
Questionable.
Yeah,
is what it is.
But there is like thousands, though. There's like thousands and thousands here in like the Dorset like region where my farmer's just like, you will go to one paddock, and he goes, I could literally take a minigun from like Terminator and just mow down thousands, and just it wouldn't even scratch the surface of how many here in Dorset. And I asked him, and I was just like, why is that? He goes, because of COVID. He goes, because of COVID, when we stopped shooting and everything, he goes, they're breeding because we left them for a year or 2 or whatever it was. they just bred, and it's just gone like wildfire. And now they're like they're attacking. Well, they're not attacking, but they're like eating like local
Children.
scrubs. Yeah, well, children. Yeah, yeah. But what we could do with that then? But anyway, no. But they're attacking like all the shrubberies and everything, all the native shrubs and everything that like should be maintained. So and now they're like so overpopulated that they're taking them down and like not almost like putting them to an extinct, but they're just it's really putting it at danger now. And it's just like, do you either keep killing animals or do you lose like those heritage like shrubberies and everything as well? Yeah. And like flowers as well. There was like I think there was a rose and a flower as well as he was like trying to say, and I was like, interesting.
But the problem is like there's so many, but over here we don't seem to eat it. Like there's this stigma around eating venison that just people just like they either love it or they hate it. But I'd say 70-30% on people who hate it to love it personally. Like,
and then
so many that are just
you got the people farming it as well.
Yeah, which is just madness.
That's sad.
Like
so much
it's just madness. I know. That's just absolutely crackers. We had a discussion about this in work the other day. Like it's just mad. Like why? Why are they doing it? I mean, I get it. It's money. You know what I mean? But it's just
they're the ones selling to supermarkets. Well, most of Waitrose stuff comes from
New Zealand.
Sort of. A lot of it is UK, but it's all a lot of it's processed in one sort of. Whoa, man.
You're blurry. Yeah.
Well,
I thought it was my eyes. I was like, cross-eyed.
a lot of it's processed in a one or two slaughterhouses in the Midlands.
Yeah.
So for certain supermarkets, they buy predominantly farmed because it's consistent.
which is just yeah.
Which you get.
How tall are those fucking like fences then? Because this motherfucker's gonna leap.
They're like 12 foot. They've got to
I was
be.
gonna say they've got to be like 12 foot surely. It's like I mean, you get it, it's consistency, and they're getting a consistent product, so then at least it's getting people eating it. But
Is it?
It's just madness. Like there isn't. I mean, I play devil's advocate with this all the time. There's the argument of like, well, at least people are willing to try it and they'll eat it, but it's just a stupid way of doing it. It's just a backwards way of doing it.
Yeah.
I think keeping up with like the local chefs on like James Martin and all that, and like whatever they're cooking will be influenced by like a certain age gap, and that's what I kind of found what worked best in my shop. So if like they're doing like lamb shanks like on the James Martin show over Easter, you would load up on the lamb shanks and get that ready. But like but how often do you see like James Martin and like all those chefs like touch game?
No.
It's never. So you are in that 70-30 bracket, like you're saying.
We know it's the same with like the TV chefs and stuff. And like Dexter, we had a stage where people just coming through asking for Dexter cattle. Like, yeah, but not many people do Dexter. Just because someone's put it on the telly, like, come on, like it's a pretty niche thing that.
It's the unique flavor profile. Like Nick and I have spoken about it before as well, and that flavor, it's so different. Like it's so different, and you need to realize what you're dealing with, because people just think, oh, it's a miniature rare breed and it's going to take like a really nice young beef flavor, and it's just like this motherfucker is like
kicks.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my god.
We noticed the same. I think last month or the month before, we had one weekend where we blew to like 12 full pork tenderloins. I never shift pork tenderloins in that number. Like I'm normally struggling to give them away almost because nobody wants them. And it turned out it's on the telly. So like every man and his dog was just, have you got a pork tenderloin? I'm like, now, like, no.
It's the weekend for it, babe.
Yeah. Like the first time ever, I'm now out of pork tenderloins. Like it's madness. But
put them into kebabs or sausages sometimes, or just leave them on the pork chops.
To be fair, we normally leave them on the pork chops. Like all the wholesale pork chops generally like get T-bone pork chops off us. We'll keep the front end for loin roasting for the shop, and then the back ends will generally go through pork chop for them.
Yeah,
and it's just a good way of doing. Yeah, it's a good way of doing. Yeah, we're playing around. We're going to start playing. Sorry.
No, you go. We're going to
start playing around with age. We're going to start playing around with aging some pork, like properly aging some pork.
Like weeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The furthest I've gone is 3 weeks, and that was on the
Mine's 3 weeks as well.
that was on
It
the
was
long
like-
loin.
It was like one of the first photos I put up on my Instagram was like 3-week age, like Mangalitsa. It was,
Yeah.
yeah.
We
But that
the
fat cat
furthest
was
we
huge.
pushed it is 30 days. I've taken 30-day age off us, which is pretty cool. But I was looking on Insta the other day that the English butcher, Kevin, I can't think of his surname, over in the States,
Yeah.
they'd been aging pork for like 120 days.
Yeah.
That's serious.
I was cheeky, I just messaged him about it because I was intrigued. I was like, what's the crack with it? Because, we got to 30 days and we started getting a bit nervous. Like, he's like, nah, just leave it. Like, honestly, he said, just treat it like beef and just leave it.
Yeah, because it's classed as red meat, isn't it?
Yeah, that started the whole debate in the shop between us is pork red or white meat, like,
Yeah.
Because
I always said red.
it's white meat, but everyone thinks in their head because it's pork, it's white meat. So it's like, well, he's like literally just, it's China and everything, just leave it.
Man.
I'm like, right. So I'm going to take that to front.
Let it do its thing.
Yeah, so I'm going to take like a six rib off the pork loin that come in today. I was going to take like 6 rib off and just leave it for us. Take it to 60 days and see what happens.
Yeah.
So if I don't see 60 days because I've had a pork chop for lunch, then it's been nice knowing you. But
Love you. Take care.
Beats chicken any day, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
like but he was saying like they've been doing it for 2 years over there now. They said there's been no issues. So he said the sweet spot's like 50 to 60 days, but they just stretch it to 120. So we'll give it a whirl. See
Is
what
that salt age or is that like humidity or do you know?
happens. He said they just do it in their fridge. So I'm just going to
That's
chuck it in the ager, and he said like they'll literally just hang it in their walk-in. All right, that doesn't sit right with me. So I'll put it in the ager, and
Yeah.
at least I've got a bit more control over it. But
But that skin as well, you got to realize that skin's going to dry out because of that ager, and that skin's going to like double like in strength. So would you leave the skin on but leave the fat on, or are you going to leave the skin on but take it off? It's going to be fucking hardcore, bro.
I'd say
Yeah.
skin off. You're risking like just
Really good tooth on that.
yeah.
What it be? I'll leave the skin on as it ages, but then when we come to cut it, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So again,
Phil,
but don't die from the porch.
I want to see him struggle.
3 days later, trying to get through some pork skin still.
You got the hacksaw out on it. You're like, oh yeah, here we go, baby. I'm almost there.
Johnny, you know that bandsaw I keep asking you to buy?
Yeah. Nice.
Found a use for one.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. I'm going to play around with that. Just put one in, see what happens.
Yeah. English butcher was you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, give it a whirl. We pushed it to 30 days and it was pretty cool, so take it for another 30 and see what happens. Theoretically, it should work.
Yeah. It's just the common misconception, isn't it, that pork should be relatively fresh when you cut it. I cut some regularly cut pork at 12 days, hung whole carcass, because the farmer wants everything to be slightly drier and more of a satin sort of look than just floppy and fresh.
We give all ours 10 days, so like with it 10 to 14 to be honest. So
I was quite lucky to get like maybe 6-7 days on mine, just because you had to take all the front ends, like all the back ends off to make sausages, and then people are like, oh, you got pork with like the kidney in it. It's like, yeah, of course, and this is probably like 5, 6, 7 days max. Like I was very, very lucky.
Yeah, if you still got the kidney in,
yeah. And then like if you get to take the kidney out like straight away, and then you add that into sausages, or you'd be quite lucky if someone's like, oh, you got any kidneys for kidney?
We actually have a good trade, which is really weird. We have one woman who come like take 3 or 4 a week off us.
Mine was liver. Mine was pork liver at one stage.
Well, no, we can't.
Yeah. I was just like, fuck, I'm going to make faggots and shit. And then some guy was just coming in and was just like, yeah, I'll take all the livers you got. And then when I was asking my farmer, I was just like, how many pork livers can you give me? He goes, this mountain here,
Have them all, and
you can take.
Yeah.
And I rang the guy and I was just like, you're looking at about like 40 livers. And he's just like, yeah, I'll just take the lot. And I was like, what about hearts? Do you want some hearts? And he's just like,
what
yeah.
is wrong with people? What is wrong?
What's he doing with that?
I think he had a. What I think I can remember is he looked like.
Surely.
No, he's not. But he had dogs, and I think he was training dogs.
That
And
makes
I
sense.
think he had a dog farm. Because he looked like he had like the little dog whistle on his.
Yeah,
What I can remember. Yeah, and I could be wrong.
that makes sense because nobody's eating pig's liver because it's goddamn awful.
Correct.
Well, what liver would you eat then if it was up to you?
I mean, I'm not a huge liver fan anyway, but lamb's liver, I'd go as far as beef liver, but just pig offal's just not good.
Have you had it
Like,
before?
person, I've tried it. Yeah, it's just for me. It's just
It's sour.
yeah,
It's
it's
sour.
not good, is it?
Lamb's just like that sweeter because you got that grass,
Yeah,
and then beef is just like real hefty, like
yeah.
punch in the face. You're like, oh,
You're feeling full just cooking it and smelling it, let alone
Yeah.
eating it.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
But pig's offal's just
awful. Would you say?
hey.
Oh. In the bin.
Help me.
I bet you had your fair share of things you didn't like when you were chefing it.
To
Although
eat
you-
to cook.
Oh, well, I was about to say to cook, but then going back to your set menus that you create, you can kind of...
You'd still get bored of cooking stuff though, like
Right.
because it's very much like if you're just doing the same things like you're running a menu for 3 months. The first month's pretty cool because it's new. The second month gets this is okay. The third month you're like, I'm ready for a change. Like
Proper grind. Yeah.
yeah, you're looking at stuff, you're putting it on plates, you're just going, I've had enough of looking at you, man. But
Yeah.
eating wise, nah, it's just celery and cinnamon, like just both two awful things.
Mm.
I could not agree more. Honestly,
The devil's food, both of them.
I'm not a fan of
and cucumber.
cloves.
Fuck cucumber.
Cucumber. Excuse me.
Cucumber,
Yeah.
doesn't taste about.
What? It tastes like shit. It tastes
In a
horrible.
green jacket, mate.
You're a green jacket. Yeah, you just said it for me. It's like, oh, it doesn't taste like anything. Yeah, why the fuck is it in my salad?
Doesn't taste like shit though.
Bit of filler. Bit of binder, salad binder. Was that what you call it?
Just
Water.
an essential salad item.
Yeah. Put it in your Pims then. Shut up.
Classic get you the classic get you 5 a day in job.
It's true. It's true. Very true. Very true.
So going back just to the chef hub, like when you said like every 3 months you would change the menu, was like game implemented on them, or was it just strictly like seafood and like just the 3 proteins?
No, I'd run game.
Yeah.
We'd run game. I was looking when I worked at a golf club, the head when I was sous chef there, the head chef shot quite a lot, so we always had pheasant. Like
Wow.
he'd just bring brace after brace of pheasant in with him every week to the point you were sick of looking at him, sick of plucking him, and sick of dealing with him.
I was gonna say we fucking them.
Yeah. Right. Well, to the point we had that many that the legs unfortunately got wasted. Just because one, there's not much on them. We just pop the feathers on the breast, take the breasts out, job done. But we used to do like salt and pepper Chinese style, which was always pretty cool. That sold really well. I'd run duck every now and again if I could get some decent wild.
What?
They're a bit of a pain to get. Venison,
style.
I used, yeah.
Mm.
And then once, like the last place we did a game night once a year, so we do a big 6-course set menu job, one night jobby, which was always pretty fun, with some local stuff. So that got a lot through. But you get away with your birds, your pheasants, your guinea fowls. You could get away with on a menu fairly easily, I think, without too many people asking questions. Duck, if I could get enough, we used to put the legs down and do like a duck shepherd's pie with it, which again was something a bit different.
Sounds good.
But yeah, it was always pretty cool, like root veg mash on the top of it. There's always something a bit different. It got people eating a bit of duck, you know. But getting hold of enough wild was always a pain, so you end up with farmed French generally as well, which is what it is. Again, it's a consistent size and product, but it's just, again, another madness. It's like farming venison. Why are you farming ducks when there's millions of things?
Yeah,
everywhere. You know,
no, that's true. Very, very true.
rabbit.
Yeah.
We used to do rabbit. Reading with it, thinking about it. But again, I used to hate prepping them, leaving.
Oh, yeah, they smell. They you get that. It's on your hands for the rest of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
You
like,
weren't skinning them and gutting them, were you? Or
we'd skin them. They come in gutted, but they'd come in with the jackets on still, so we still had to skin.
wow.
Yeah.
How are you mixing like fur and feather then? Like if
we just have one. We were lucky we had like a prep kitchen, so we'd have one part of that we just, when game come through, we'd process it all and then clean down, and then before it's used for anything else. But we generally, as soon as they come in, they were prepped, so they weren't kicking around the fridge in the jackets for long at all. So as soon as they come in, we used to like all jump on, break everything down. But I just hate doing rabbits. Skinning rabbits just is not fun. Like, I mean, you cook them and there's just fuck all to them either. Like, you cook them and you pick them, you're like, right, something that big has so little meat on it, really.
Here's like 600 grams of like skeleton, and then here's like 250 grams of meat.
Yeah.
And then you got to charge that at like 50 pounds a kilo, and then you add that into like a pie or something. Yeah.
When you get people coming in asking for saddles of rabbit, excuse me,
turn into a cannon, please.
Yeah, bone and rolled rabbit. But something wild like that, quite literally wild.
See, I never heard of the fur and feather, because when I was getting my game in, and I was also getting my game birds, I had to pluck and then also take the jackets off of the like venison, and I never heard of it until I moved to the UK. And then like my HACCP woman who like used to come around, I was just like, oh yeah, we're going to be getting in with the jackets, and we're also going to be plucking the feathers and everything as well. And she's like, fuck you are. I was just like, what do you mean?
Until I heard you speak about the other week, I'd never heard of it.
Yeah.
But like,
no, it's like their fur and feather like thing. It just, you can't have them in the same like fridge. And I was just like, it's just an old law. It's like in the like early 1900s or something that they do like a cross contamination. I fucking forgot. There's too many beers again.
I mean, I could understand it way back when that law was put in. Like, fridges were probably not fridges. You know what I mean? Like, whereas now, come on, like things have changed and they've evolved. You know, for the better.
Very true. If it's cold enough, I'd just hang them at the front of the shop.
Really, I mean, that as well.
There's been countless times I've gone into my garage at home in my family home, and there was like half a pheasant on hanging up, and then half of it on the floor, where it just decomposed because it was like just 2 miles, you know. And that may have happened. That may have happened years ago, but as you say, the fridges are state of the art now. So what's the issue? If they're covered in a way, I guess.
Just won't want to revisit weighted laws for things, because that'd mean too much paperwork, and someone would have to go and test something and check something probably.
And it doesn't concern them. Doesn't concern.
Well, yeah, essentially, they're not asked, are they? You know what I mean? For them, it's just, well, you're not doing it. Tough shit. Next.
Yeah, literally next.
No questions, no ifs, no buts.
Well, you say that, and then when you start owning like your own shop, and then you start like completely picking stuff apart, and in like, you know, we spoke to Jamie Waldron, and we were talking about like wood blocks versus polyester blocks and everything as well, you know. And I fought for having a wood block just because, you know, see, that seems to the law and them seems to vary where you are in the country as well. Like because I asked Johnny this, he's like, no, we've never had a problem. They're fine with it. But then you speak to other people like set up shops, like, no, we've got told it was either a plastic top or nothing. But it's not that. It's not. It's whatever you implement into your HACCP. It's like if that person's been doing the job for 1 year to 10 years, like everyone's training is different. It's the same as your training to Luke's training to my training as well. Yeah. And if they're saying no, and then you say, here's the evidence, go fuck yourself. In the lighter sense, like I did, people will turn around and be like, okay, fair enough. But if you have like a royal dickhead, and then you're kind of up against the fence, and then you're like, but the thing is, the evidence stands for itself. Like, and I was like very pleased.
Exactly.
You know, I was very pleased with my outcome because I spent like £2,000 on this like 2.5 meter block, and I was like, this motherfucker ain't going nowhere.
I am using it.
Oh yeah,
I will be using it, and you will be okay with it.
100%.
yeah. But that was it. And then like, you know, and then it was really refreshing. Like I said, hey Luke, that it's nice to see on the other side of the pond that they've got the same like battles as well, and it's just like, oh, okay, you know, it's quite refreshing.
Mm.
That was
the problem is like the problem with the EHOs and stuff I found, like especially ones in kitchens, like they know what the book says for it, but they don't actually have any real world application for it. Like they've never done it, they've never been there and stood there and done it day in day out. They just they know what they've been told, and I'm not discrediting them because they have a lot they have to. And
I'll discredit them with you.
And they must see some shocking things in some places. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they have no real world. They have no real world knowledge on it. Like they've never stood and done it day in day out for a job, or
they haven't done their homework on it. They've been set a criteria. They've learned what they need to learn to tick all the boxes, but to go out and implement it into the real world and not back it up with facts or anything. You know, it's like you running for president and then going, I'm going to lower taxes. It's like, how am I going to lower taxes? And it's just like, tax the rich. It doesn't fucking work like that. You need to have evidence. You need to show what you know and how you. For these people are the gatekeepers of if you get 1 star to 5 star, and they have very little knowledge in between it.
Like if you think the same EHO who comes and checks shops like ours is also going to check a restaurant, is also going to check a takeaway, is also going to check a cafe.
Yeah,
like there's not one for each industry.
Yeah, not one size fits all.
You said they've got to learn so much to cover so many things, but then they can't specialize, and they can't understand that, you know, a butcher's shop's going to have different needs to a fishmonger's, which is going to have different needs to a restaurant, which is going to have different needs to make you down the road making sandwiches. You know, like they all have their own little businesses that they don't seem to understand.
I think 90%. Yeah, I think 90% of where they sort of report and go to is ready to eat food. It's got to be, you know, and for us to use the wooden block it's a non-issue. But if you were to see, I don't know, for you working in the kitchen, are you allowed to use wooden chopping boards at all ever?
There is restaurants that do it. It's the same thing. If they like to try and whinge about it, but I'm assuming if you have the right paperwork and you can be bothered to do that, to tick the boxes, there are, because there's a restaurant in London who does it because they're like a zero waste and they have no plastics. And they do it, and they put like an Instagram video out about it, saying we use wooden blocks. And like, I'm sure if you could go through the battle with the AHO for it, you'd probably be fine. But you've got that many other things to worry about in your day that arguing with them which blocks you're using in the commercial kitchen is probably the lowest priority for you.
Yeah, most people are just going, fine, forget it, fine, we'll use plastic cutting boards. Then that's the large population of people.
The joy of that as well, that like in a kitchen environment, is because they're colour coded as well in a kitchen. You can very quickly find this out if someone's doing something they shouldn't on their own board. Do you know what I mean? You can look around very quickly and go, well, hang about, why have you got a chicken on a fruit and veg board? You know, or why is the pastry section using raw fish boards to cut up pastries? You know. Like that makes life a bit easier, but
then they take that knowledge across to a single space of butchery, which is primarily raw meat, which is, you know, a safer product than cooked food. Yeah,
because it needs cooking.
Yeah, so
it mitigates some risks. You know, I mean,
exactly.
Probably people out there who disagree with me, but it does. You said. Buying raw meat does mitigate, to me, a lot of risk because you have to cook it anyway. Unless you're making tartare, but then even the legislation around that is you should sear the outside of it, trim that off, and then use the middle of it.
Yeah, but what butchers is making tartare? They're surely just
exactly. No,
the products to make it.
Yeah, you're usually just rinsing the fillet for fucking Doris and a fucking
for their dogs, isn't it?
The other day, a fella come in and was like, "Can I?" I came in the other week and got some rump steak burgers. Like, no, you didn't. Not me.
You did.
This is like, I had rump steak. 25 quid's worth, and can you mince it? Yep.
Wrong.
Like, if you want me, and like we
No.
like looked at him like, are you sure? He's like, yeah, just cut me like 25 quid's worth and just run it through the mince if you don't mind.
And did you know if this was for him or the dog?
For him, because I'm assuming he wanted to make his own rump steak burgers.
Awful.
And that's not even like, I mean, compared to some, for many people's dogs, I've cooked for many people's cats, I've cooked for...
Oh, please tell us some of those stories.
Yeah, cooking for people's animals. We used to have a regular, when I worked in Newcastle, that would come down and order like kippers and poached eggs for his dog most mornings.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He would just, like, one for him, one for the dog. That was always fun. You get random ones, can you just get like, can you just do some scrambled eggs? Like, no, breakfast finished like 3 hours ago. It's like middle of lunch service. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not feed their dogs at home.
You know, such and such wants some scrambled eggs for the dog. You're like, yeah, go on then, whatever. It's money in the till. I'm getting like a $5 for scrambling 3 eggs for a dog that doesn't really give a shit. Like, I think not the worst, but like one of the most expensive was a rack of lamb for a dog that I did.
But that dog could have been like a French trim.
Well, they were all French trim, so yeah, I'd spent the time to French trim a rack that then got
devoured.
Yeah.
But that dog could have been on its last legs, though.
I mean, still, is it going to appreciate it on its last legs when it's first?
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Do you know what I mean? Some poor fucker in the restaurant probably went without getting rack of lamb that night.
Right. Can I get a rack of lamb now? We gave it to the dog at the end. I'm a fighting dog.
The dog under it. Yeah, go through the time of like French chewing rags and making a pistachio crumb to put on to feed it to a dog. But yeah, that was one of the best ones. That was always fun. Then you just get the oddball request. Like, you'd sometimes just get someone going, "Oh, can I just get a chicken breast?" Which is fair enough. Like, just chuck a chicken breast on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you can get that. You didn't mind ones like that, but it's when it was like full meals for them and stuff. You're just like, come on.
What's the most absurd thing that you've been requested in the chef tribe?
The most random complaint I ever got was the food was too hot.
Wow. Okay.
So the duck shepherd's pie that I used to do.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Went out to the table, came back. I was like, "What's up with that?" They went, "Oh, it's too hot. Can you do something with it?" I was like, "No, not really. Just leave it there for 5 minutes."
Blow on it.
It's like, just come back round. I was like, just leave it on their pass for 5 minutes. Come back round and pick it up. Like, I can't do anything with it. Like,
too hot.
Yeah, well, that one always stuck with me.
Oh, I bet they're fun at dinner parties. It's that old thing, isn't there? Like,
ooh, always stuck with me. The mashed shepherd's pie.
But when someone says like, "Oh, something's too hot," I like immediately go to, "Was it spicy?"
No, we're talking temperature.
Yeah, right.
Like, honestly, that's like, what can you do? Like, well, nothing. It can sit on the pass for 5 minutes. Just come back and get it when you want it. Like, the last I want to see of it. Like, so it's a
once it's
now.
this side of the once it's this side of the grill, I don't give a fuck.
You can walk around the restaurant for all I care, but I'm not doing anything with it.
Damn. It might cool it down quicker to walk around.
Take it for a walk. That's the one that stuck with me. That's like, because it was just ridiculous. Like, you used to get like Chateaubriand's. Can I have half of it rare, half of it well done?
Huh?
We used to get that. Yeah.
You just stand it on its end.
You just cook it to rare. You just have to take half of it off, carve half of it, just throw it back under the grill that it's cremated, and put it back on a board and send it. Like, that was always a bugbear as well.
Chateaubriand's aren't for sharing; they're for consuming.
Well,
secretly.
We think that we've had it bad, and in butchery, in the culinary trade of chefs, they are literally on the front line of consumerism. You get some fucking idiots.
Yeah. And the problem is, like, you always get like restaurant managers who are just like, who were very good at the job, but almost too good at the job because they'd never say no to anything. Right.
Yeah.
So that's when you get like bollocks requests like that. I shout at Brian, can I have half there, half not done? Well,
Yeah.
Like technically yes, but no. Like,
why is this Chateaubriand in like two halves? Like, I didn't know what it is. This is a Chateaubriand.
Exactly. Like, what can I do about this? But I mean, you'd have a whinge about it. You'd probably have a moan as you're cooking, but you just a bit like butchery. Like when someone comes in with some really random request, you're muttering under your breath as you're cutting, but you just go, no, yeah, it's still done at the end of the day, innit? And I'm terrible for that. The guys in work hate me for it. If something really irks me at work, I'll stand there muttering for like 20 minutes under my breath about it as I'm cutting. But Sam's generally stood next to me, listening to me ranting. He just lets me go. He goes, I know you'll rant on for 20 minutes, but you'll still fucking do it anyway. So like, yeah, but short, right?
Passing it all the way through. Yeah, and then you just get the job done. Like, there you are.
Exactly.
Yeah. Please.
But what?
They're like, sorry to be a pain. You're like, no, not at all.
You know, not at all.
Fuck this idiot.
Butchery's a breeze compared to the kitchens, quite clearly.
What's the randomest request you've had since being at the Emporium?
I mean, she won't listen to it, so it's fine. We have a woman who used to come in who insisted the only dog bone she could give a dog was marrow bones.
Right.
To the point where she to the point where she'd come in and she kicked off on, well, I do like a butcher that sell marrow bones. I'm like, yes, but we sell out. Well, my dog only eats them. That's all I'll give the dog. I'm like, well, that's nice, but like, what do you want me to do? Like, there's not that many on the animal. I can give you any other beef bone you would like.
No.
We had that. We also had who asked for some bones for the dog, who then said there wasn't enough meat on them.
You're clearly too good at your job.
Yeah. We gave them to her. Johnny got a text and sent it through to me. She's like, complaining there wasn't enough meat on them. I'm like, what? But he's like, what bones was it? It's like, it was a rib bone. Like, don't because that's all I was close to me. So I've done at that. Like, what was she expecting? Like a rib of beef attached to it?
Yeah. Just give the whole fucking thing.
We've had some pretty crazy requests. A lot of people are eating like low histamine diets at the minute and stuff. So like, we keep getting random requests. Like, how old? Like, how age do you age? We still haven't quite worked out. I tasked Johnny on looking at it because he's got Masters of Science in food science. But even he couldn't really get his head.
It's like an allergy, isn't it?
Yeah. No, but we don't really understand. So basically, you get histamines when you age your beef. There's histamines in it.
Yes. Yeah.
So they won't want aged beef. Then in an order, it's all right if it's a ribeye because there's more fat somehow. Like, well, that doesn't make sense, does it?
Well, the fat
right.
holds like enzymes and the minerals and everything,
Yeah.
and the histamines. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. You just stood there like looking, thinking this just makes no sense. We had a brilliant one. Sam had a brilliant one about 3 weeks ago over her.
Space.
Someone came in.
Give him some Benadryl.
Yeah, exactly. Take some Piriton with it. Jump in.
Yeah.
Sam had a brilliant one about 2 weeks ago. Someone come in for some diced lamb. Shoulder of lamb was too fat. He said, I'll leave that, but I'll take some Wagyu steak instead.
Yeah.
Yes. Right to the top of the tier, baby.
Literally, like, but like,
it all.
I was cutting something on the block as he was doing this. Said that's too fatty. I'm like, fair enough. Might have been a bit of a fatty shoulder. And then as soon as she said, I'll have some Wagyu instead because that's too fatty, my life just hit the block, I think. I looked up, looked round, I was like, okay. Then just carried on, went back to what I was doing. I was just like,
yeah. That's when we look at them and they go, hi, and you go, morning.
I got a histamine allergy.
Yeah. It's got to be the histamines.
That, or we used to have a fella who come in who wanted like fortified mints. He just wanted like excessive amounts of offal put into his mints.
Wow.
Like,
not
it's just same here.
One of the shops that I used to work at has recently put up like a, what do they call it, an ancestral burger. So they put, I don't know what the ratios are, but it looks fucking disgusting. And it's like liver, heart, and beef mince, but it is brown. Like,
I mean, I could get on board with the
paste.
heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They must just be going heavy on the liver in that.
Oh yeah, it looks sticky.
Oh,
Like
See, I used to do the caveman banger. So,
yeah.
like the caveman. So you do coarse beef, and then you grab the marrow, like the marrow from the center, and then mix it in so it's nice and chunky. Dice up the heart, and then you would mince like it would be like 1/3 of like the liver.
Yeah.
And then you would mix.
I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
I used to do those.
Ratio's right. Nice.
Yeah.
But if it's just like,
And then you shit it with a bit of salt and pepper, and then you're just like, yeah, that's it. That's all I need. And then people were like, can you turn this into a burger? And I'll be like, yeah, of course. And then you got like little chunks of like the liver, and then you got big chunks of heart, and then you got the marrow and everything, but like the lean beef mince. But yeah, that was like,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. Because like one stage I was so inundated because like obviously because I did whole body.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do with all these marrow bones? And obviously because I was like the first 6, 7, maybe 8 months into just opening up, so no one would know me.
Yeah.
What do I do that's like a bit different? And I've got all these livers and hearts and everything as well. And obviously, like, if you smoked it on the Traeger as well, and that heart liver, and you smoke that with that liver and heart, and then that marrow just releases and just like, it was a really good sausage. That was just like the most randomest sausage I've met. Well, I've made lots of random sausages. But that one was like, that one stood out for me for flavor, and it was like, and it was just pure quality as well.
Yeah.
You got all the vitamins and minerals, everything you need inside of a snack.
Nice.
Yeah. So you say about 45 minutes. I do for my 45 minutes for one client, and I won't go over 5% off all in it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you probably get. Yeah, it'd probably be okay. But this guy was like the opposite. He just like
loaded up.
Yeah. You know, you put too much offal through the mincer, and it's just awful, isn't it?
It goes all gooey out of it. It's just like when it's like a nice stream, and then next thing when you add the offal in, it's just like it just goes all gooey.
Terrible.
Rough.
Terrible. Rough. Yeah. No, unfortunately, I can't think of any other random. We probably have, but I can't think of anything else too.
You shut them out like trauma. That's what it is.
Yeah, just sort of. You just nod and agree and go.
Yeah,
I think you need for that buddy in the till, baby.
The best ones are the ones who like come in and try and teach me how to cook. They're always fun. Like, have you? So what's I do with it? I do it this way. You stood there going, interesting. Well, they won't want to be doing that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bravo! Pound the back.
Do a chicken cushion at 150 for 2 minutes. We're all good.
Belter.
Salmonella coming your way.
Oh, it walks on its own again.
Are you guys up to dry aging your own turkeys or anything, or is that left to the farms?
We just get them from the farms done. Yeah. We did Kelly Bronzes this last year.
Very good.
Yeah. This year we're going to look around. There's a couple of local farms, but I don't know. The free range birds around us is a bit of a problem because bird flu hit massively, and also you have a big wildlife sanctuary up here. So like the flight path for that for a lot of migrating birds is like right over us. So that
interesting
poses a lot of risk. Like we never knew because like we were like, why is there no real any? There's chicken farms and turkey farms, but like most of them were indoors around us. And it wasn't until we had a customer coming out the blue one day who works in the poultry industry. I was like, random question, but if you know, you know. But why is there no free range? I said, because there's Martin May, the big wildlife sanctuary. It's on the migration path for so many birds. He said it just carries so much more risk that not many farmers will do it now.
Wow. But that's what they said as well over here in Dorset. They were like, all the chicken and poultry farmers have just given up because there's a migration because we're so close to France.
Yeah.
And because like all the droppings and everything were causing like infections and everything as well. And then you're like, okay.
And when you think about it, it does make sense. But yeah.
Makes sense.
So we're going to have a look. We're going to look at a couple of local farms this year, but I don't know fully what we're going to do. But yeah, the Kelly Bronzes last year come in. They'd hung them, dried them, plucked them. They were stunning, to be fair.
Yeah, the Kelly Bronzes are like top tier.
Yeah.
Like,
They come with the price tag, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They go for
but quality does, doesn't it?
It does.
you're working in one of like
tell
the
the
best
difference,
shops
though.
for the quality. Like, you know,
And the Kelly Bronzes are nice because they come in the boxes. They come with a decent meat thermometer in them and a little booklet that actually has good instructions in. So like you're paying for what you're getting. Yeah, we're gonna look round, but we're not too sure what we're doing this year. It's scary. We're thinking about it as well. It's also quite scary.
just remember, it's like March.
You've got enough
now.
time.
It's March now, and I bet you'll be screaming in like by October, like, oh, it's Christmas season now, ready to rock and roll. Where Luke and I are like, oh yeah.
Yeah, kicking back, relaxing.
I know I will be. This Christmas is the easiest Christmas I've done in nearly 18 years.
No. I only had like 50 turkeys to do last year. That was like killed, like a full process, but it was fun. Yeah. But only 50, but that still takes 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, it's
with just me. It's suddenly when you're one person, you realize how long a job takes.
then you go in shit. I've got however much beef to break. I've got however much other stuff to do. You're like, fuck. Suddenly, a 2-day job, like 2 days I could be spent doing other things. But
yeah.
Hopefully I'll have 200 Chateaubriands, well done.
yeah.
And the other half I could medium rare.
Yeah. And half still walking, please.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow, this has been just fantastic, James. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for having me on.
Well, I appreciate it. Me do. I think Ant has got some questions for you now.
Yes,
there we go.
All right, so we're going to head over to the guest questions. Number 1, top of the bucket list, Bruss.
In general,
whatever you want it to be.
They had a bucket list. I'm a bit weird like this. I've never really planned life too much, so I've never really thought about it.
Plan a menu, but not
a
life.
wing and a prayer.
Yeah.
I just get by a wing and a prayer and make it up as we go along.
All right, maybe.
Sure.
Well, I don't know, bucket list. I've always wanted to go to Canada. Probably that. Pretty shit. Well, that'll do.
That's not shit, man. I'm up there. I'll be there with you.
Yeah.
If you go to Canada, let Luke and I know. We'll go do some content videos. We'll catch up with Jamie Waldron.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
I've always wanted to visit Canada. There's not too many like snakes and spiders and shit like that that kill you over there. It's like,
Not Australia.
Fuck that place.
Yeah. See, I could do the spiders are alright, but snakes. I have an irrational fear of snakes. Like, I don't know why I have such a but fuck. They're just all out to kill you. I don't care how big, how small, how anything, they're just all out to kill you. And I will go down swinging, claiming that as well. So
Fair enough.
No, good man.
see, and nose.
Yeah. There's I've encountered like brown snakes, red belly blacks, all of my time, and those are like the 2 most venomous snakes in the whole entire world, and they're not to be fucked with. And then you also got the spiders. It's the ones that you can see are absolutely fine. The ones you can't, fuck, you're in trouble.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, number 2, 3 people to invite to dinner and why, dead or alive.
I knew this question was coming. I knew this was coming. Because I know 2. It's the third that's like posing the problem. So one of them would be Anthony Bourdain.
Yes.
He was just a fucking legend. I don't care what anyone said. The guy was a fucking legend.
Brilliant. I've been waiting for someone to say that.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
The second one would be Lee Tiernan, the chef of Black Axe Mangal.
Yeah.
Because what that man can do with offal makes offal edible.
That is, sorry.
We used to work, the restaurant St. John in London, which is Fergus Henderson's place.
No.
So Fergus Henderson was like the pioneer of nose to tail cookery. They're an absolute fucking G for it. And probably like never be replicated what he's done at St. John, because he just gets away with just doing like awful, but just done so simply and just put on a plate and doesn't try and disguise it, doesn't try and mask it, just does what he does.
That's some great cookbooks.
Yeah, stunning cookbooks. Lee Tiernan like worked for him for years. I think he was a head chef as well. He's now got his own restaurant in London called Black Axe Mangal, who like does like a lamb offal flatbread and does really cool shit with offal. Like he knows what he's doing, and like he just seems like a cool fella.
I'm very surprised I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, so am I actually.
Yeah,
He did a lot. You know, Matty Mattison, the Matty Mattison, the Canadian chef. He did some work with him, I think, at one point. He did some collabs with him.
Oh, is that the dude that looks like Tubby Toms? But
yeah,
right, yeah. Sorry, yeah, I'm right. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. No, I know who you're talking about, but I didn't. I definitely haven't heard of that. You're gonna have to
the black. But it does some cool stuff. Third one's the problem. It's like 2 people's like enough. Like 3, trying to talk to 3 people should be fucking out of work. Upset someone.
Oh, Luke and
I'm sarcastic as well. Well, no, 2 people. Well, you 2 could come, but then you said 3 people, so then we have to ditch someone, and then it just gets a bit messy, you know.
Well, no, you need to realise you got 4 people, and then 2 people converse. You just have to converse to the other 2.
Oh, that's all right then. Yeah. Here's my last one. I don't know. Gran to be there. I know that's really weird to say it, but my gran was pretty cool. Like, my gran was pretty cool. A really good cook as well. So, like, I miss her cooking. So, I'd always like her to be at, like, a dinner party with me again. Nice. Just because.
Yeah.
Super sweet.
Just because she was pretty cool, my gran, you know. Before she lost the marbles, unfortunately, with dementia, but she was pretty cool.
Mate, nanas can talk to anyone as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And she would do. She'd just be, like, chewing someone's ear off about something, probably. So, but yeah, I think those 3. Me gran, me Tiernan, and Anthony Bourdain, I think that'd be a pretty cool dinner party. It's a really eclectic mix of people as well, but, you know, it'd be pretty cool dinner party.
No, it works. I like that. That's brilliant.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Number 3, where do you see the future of butchery?
I don't know. I think butchers that are doing butchery properly, like doing whole carcass, not just bringing in Polish chicken fillets and shit like that, I think it's going to do well. I think this is going to upset people. I think there is going to be more people putting things in fucking racks of lamb that shouldn't happen. I think we've got a few years of that. Like, I think until people realise they don't cook well, or I'm not going to say all the time, but majority of the ones you see aren't going to cook well. I think until people get enough complaints and enough customers going, well, I bought this rack of lamb that's got a leek stuffed in it, like, and it was pretty shit. I think until that happens, we're stuck with that for a while, which is cool in a sense because aesthetically it's very pleasing.
Do you think the old school's kind of been fused with this llama basic bit kind of style, and then now it's kind of fusing in, like, slowly trickling into this new era of like
a lot of things are for Instagram. Yeah, like a lot of things are for Instagram now. So, like, I think old school butchery looks cool. Old school butchery done well.
Yeah.
Something that's clean and tied well and just is what it is. Like, top side of beef tied well is visually stunning, in my opinion.
Agreed.
So I think there is. I think the future. I think there's always going to be the element of things that are just going on because you need someone to push the boundaries, and you need the people are going to do it. But I think old school butchery might also return. Personally, I think because looking better, so people are learning that, well, that's not going to work. Whereas if I get this top side of beef, that's going to cook lovely, it's going to taste great, and also it's going to do me the week instead of just doing me a meal and cost me the same amount of money. And I think, personally, I think that's where it's going. It's going to be, you're going to have the gram stuff that looks aesthetically pleasing, but I think the future butchery, I think old school butchery might return personally, and I think it'd be pretty cool if it does.
Good.
Yeah. Nice.
But old school butchery done a bit better, you know, like elevated, not just cut and piled high, but like things done with a bit more care. Like, no disrespect to some old school butchers, but I don't think that level of care is there. So, not care, level of finesse is probably the better word. Right. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think they still care. I think that the old school butchers probably care more than some new school butchers.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably where it's going to go. I think there's probably a big element of old school butchery that's going to come back. Because it's relatable to people as well. Like, it's like people can relate to it, which I think is a big thing.
Yeah, 100%. That's good.
That's great.
I'd like to see it as well. So like I said, I'm like, what, 2.5 years in fair, like, self-taught, but like we're pretty old school in the shop, and I enjoy doing it, you know.
Yeah.
Thing like the value added we do is it enhances what it is, doesn't detract from it, but we don't do much of it. Whereas I just think old school butchery is pretty cool. Like,
I love a crisp counter with just slabs of meat in it.
Yeah,
cannot beat it.
No, and it's what's missing in a lot of places, I think. Because like there's too much mashed behind sauces and glazes and marinades, and you're not just getting. I mean, I'm probably going to upset. I'm probably going to have a lot of people saying, "What the hell does he know? He's 2.5 years into the trade."
No, but you're not knocking those glazes.
No, I appreciate it. And like MRC Sea Garden Mint, still one of the best flavors in the world.
Yeah.
Why it's a luminous orange, I have no idea.
No, but why? It's an old paprika. What is it?
But it tastes fucking quality.
Yeah,
it's a time and a place for it. But I think
that MRC.
I think
sponsor.
Yeah.
I think that if butchery did go back to some more old school roots, but done with a bit more finesse, I think that'd be cool. I really do.
Yeah.
I definitely. I think you hit the nail on the head on so many points inside of that, and it actually bodes well, especially with what you do at the Emporium. I know it's not just run by Johnny; it's run by you personally as well, and the whole aspect of it you've learned from Johnny and how you implement it, how you lay the whole structure out. But I know it changes daily or weekly or whatever, how you want to set the window. But I know that's done by your personal touch and how you feel about the window. I know you don't have to add in kale. I know you don't have to add in rosemary. I know you don't have to add in all those things to make it what it is. But like you said, just kicking it old school just for the momentary, like just to give the respect. And plus, you guys are like pioneers of just quality. Like there's like, when there's like a level, there's just a level of quality that you guys are just producing and giving back to the community. And I know it does
I appreciate that, because like it does, and like it comes at some things that go, well, we could probably change what we're doing and we might sell more, but
it and have to fix it because I broke it.
It'd detract from what we are at the same time. So just keep doing.
No disrespect to you, Sam. I'm so sorry. I love you.
But I think that's why I would like the future butchery to go that bit more old school again, a bit more classical, and back to what it was. Because I think
Johnny said it as well. Like us as butchers are just skating on thin ice, and sometimes going extravagant is too much.
Yeah,
maybe scaling.
It's nice to do. Yeah, it's nice to do, and it's nice for people to see. But like that's why we like a lot of it. Like if that doesn't cook well, if you're coming in as like you're paying top dollar for something, you take it home and you go, "Lang about that was a bit naff." You then lost the customer that's probably going to go back to a supermarket.
Yeah,
which then it's just a vicious circle.
If there's zero practicality of it, you mean?
Yeah. And then they're just going to go, well, there's no point in going back there because it cost us a lot of money. We didn't really enjoy it. We may as well just go to Aston and get some chicken because we know what it is.
That wagon had too much fat. I saw that reply.
It's just a vicious cycle there. Whereas if it goes back to old school butchery, your beef, your chicken's your chicken, your pork's your pork cuts, then it just makes it more accessible for people. Then people can take home and do what you want with it.
Right.
Like, it's not always for us as butchers, I don't think, to do it, personally.
No, definitely.
Nice.
That was awesome. I love that.
That's probably the most long-winded answer to that question you've ever had. James climbs well and truly onto his soapbox about
it. Number 4, a death row meal.
Another funny one. Old school prawn cocktail. Controversial, I know. Old
run it through. Cocktail. No, don't say controversial. Run it. Run it.
Baby gem lettuce, prawns, lemon roast sauce. In the end, peppers on the top, lemon, some bread. You can't beat it.
Nice.
And I'll go down fighting with that.
Spicy sauce. Spicy sauce or just
a little bit of kick to your Mary Rose, but nothing to Because like it just works a little bit, like, but you just want to leave it fairly plain Jane. You don't mess with the class.
Okay.
Cool. He's a man of culture.
Yeah, he is. Clearly.
I wouldn't say that.
He's a northerner.
Oh, be fish again. I know it's controversial on a butcher's podcast, but probably be fish again, and it would probably just be a pan roasted turbot. When I worked at Northeast, it's pan roasted turbot.
Damn. Nice.
But like a nice big 2-3 kilo turbot for myself. No one else is having any because I'm on death row and no one's sharing it anyway. Bit of caper butter,
Sticks
nice
balls.
boiled. Yeah, some nice boiled potatoes. Job done.
Garlic butter on those taters?
No, just a normal bit of salted butter, as is, few herbs, caper butter on me fish, and I'm gonna probably die a happy man. Dessert, I'm not really a dessert person. I'm also gluten free, so like cuts out a lot of desserts. Yeah, kind of puts a fucking Debbie Downer on it, you know.
I only figured that out as well when we went to the same award ceremony. And I was like, can I get you a burger? And you're like, no, I'm gluten free. And I was like, can I get you a beer? No, I'm gluten free. Also, I don't drink. And I was just like, are you a virgin?
Shit, you know, that's it. Dessert. Pudding. Like, proper nice homemade rice pudding. Baked, nice crust on it, bit of jam, job done.
Fantastic.
Because it also doesn't matter. It's death row meal. It doesn't matter how full you are at the end of this because you're dying anyway. So
Yeah,
you may as well just go out as a gluttonous pig.
Yeah.
so true.
Don't way just ordering something shite, is there? You may as well go out full, bursting at the seams anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that.
What are you having
Cool.
to drink?
Drink. I used to, but I don't drink anymore. Just because.
We not alcoholic, if you prefer.
No,
sure.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right, Fana?
Probably. Yeah, probably. You know what? Just Robinson's orange cordial. Like,
Brilliant.
old school.
Yeah.
It just does. It ticks the box. Job done.
Yeah, brilliant.
Right at that.
Nice.
It's too cold, and you don't want it too cold. I have a theory that I do have a bit of a theory. 3 ice cubes in your drink is sufficient. 3 ice cubes cools your drink enough without just being fucking at.
Do you know what?
Like,
I swear to God, you and I are exactly the same because I said that to the wife 2 weeks ago. She goes, "Oh, just load it up with ice." I'm like, "If you have more than 3, you're a fucking psychopath." And
Yeah.
she's just like, "Sorry." I'm like, "If you have more than 3 ice cubes inside of that fucking drink, it's just going to water it down. It's going to look like shit towards the end, and then you're just
and you're also getting half a glass of a drink. Well,
thank you're not getting what you deserve."
it's just physics.
That's why when I like whenever I used to go to Macca's, I'd be like, "No ice in my Fanta, please."
Yeah.
Fucking load it up. I need to get 100% of this fucking quality, even though like half of it's soda, half is fucking this strange orange, luminous, strange drink. Yeah.
You're not a fan
I
of
was the weirdo.
Nah.
You're not a fan of a mojito, then, are you? That's all ice. Both of you going,
I'm not a cocktail bloke. I'm not a cocktail bloke.
nor am I. I just know that one's full of ice.
It's the only one I drink anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, like, hold the umbrella in there.
Extra umbrella for me because I'm a fucking wet wipe. All right. Last question. Are aliens real?
Yeah.
I mean, I've met enough weird people that are probably aliens in my lifetime, let alone actual, like, little green men. Do you know what I mean?
You are a northerner.
Well, this is true. But nah, they've got to be. You can't have something that big and no one else kicking around up there. Like, it's just not fair, is it?
That's 100% score rate on that one, Ant.
No, we're rocking that one, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
I don't think they're little green men, but like, there's got to be someone out there.
There's probably 3 other guys doing a podcast about butchery somewhere else in the universe. There's got to be at this very moment as well. It can't not be.
Wow. Okay. I like it. That's absolutely fantastic.
Sweet. James, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. One last time, if you want to plug and promote yourself, where you are, what you're doing.
I'm James Shaw, the head butcher at Butcher Farrells Meat Emporium, up in said north of England. Yeah, that's me. Thank you.
Awesome.
We appreciate you, James. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me on. Appreciate you for having me.
Sweet. Thanks.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Love you.
Thank you.
Happy Friday, y'all.